And welcome to another episode of Two Idiots Reading Comics. Today we are looking at Why the Last Man Volume 5. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit like, share, subscribe. If you're on a podcast platform, go ahead and hit follow. Leave a review. Apple, 5 stars. That helps out a lot. That's pretty much it. Tell your friends. And we'll get into the book. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics, and today, looking at Why the Last Man, Volume 5.
Woohoo!
I also think I have made the hardest quiz yet.
Yeah.
I'm not guaranteeing anything, because every time I do that, I get screwed.
Smacked in the face.
I really can't afford to buy you a book this month. But I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
We'll see, because I'm worried, because you're sitting over there giggling when you wrote down a couple of them. I'm getting a little scared.
There's a couple names.
Yeah, I'm really fucked.
You want to hear the books?
No. We'll deal with that when we get to that segment.
A couple items. The name of a location.
Yeah, I'm screwed. Yep, so that's not going to be a fun way to end the episode.
There's one. You should be able to get at least one, and I'm pretty sure it's one you're going to take.
Sweet.
But, yeah. You haven't seen Ant-Man yet, have you?
No.
Yeah, and we've already gone 2 episodes without talking about.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I've heard. The critics, of course, giving it one of the worst Rotten Tomato scores.
I don't think it's the worst MCU movie. It's definitely not the worst.
Well, going kind of back to
I
what we talked about with the...
I think it's just compounding now to where, they've been bad to mediocre so many times in a row.
Yeah.
That now it's just gotten cool to jump on
down,
Marvel.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the worst.
Because, again, like a Rotten Tomato score, I put no stake into a Rotten Tomato score either. Because, to me, it's like the Oscars and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's 50 people sitting in a room voting for something that makes them feel good or thinks that people will, agree with them.
Yeah.
But, Rotten Tomato, many movies I've seen with bad Rotten Tomato scores, I think are some of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Or some of the more
You always got to compare the audience score.
Yeah, but
They're
they
both
never
bad,
want to. They never
yeah.
want to put that shit up there, though.
No. Yeah. No, Ant-Man was all right. We already talked about probably not in a huge hurry to go see Shazam.
No.
How's life?
Getting a little scary.
Baby,
Baby,
at this point, probably already here.
April 18th, he should be here by now.
Yeah.
So, getting a little scary. We're within 32 days now.
Yeah. Are you going to send a picture so I can post it on our Instagram?
Possibly. We might. Right. But
get some sympathy likes.
But crib's up, dresser's up, 80-90% of everything we needed.
I bought him a Snorlax stuffed animal.
It's really cool. It's big too.
Yeah.
Nothing huge, but just
no.
It's getting real pretty quick.
Yeah. Does seem scary. I don't want a baby
it's
at all.
First few months was like, oh wow, all right, it's happening. And then it kind of died off for a little bit, and I'll make sure everybody, wife's okay and shit. And now it's like, oh, it'll be here. He'll be here.
I don't think your dogs are going to take it well.
I think the lab will do okay, but the Basset Hound's going to take some time, I think.
Basset Hound is a couple jumps away from being an outside dog for real.
Well, right. So he's going to be...
You started looking at dog houses yet?
No, he wouldn't survive outside. He would literally dig his way out of this house, out of that yard. Yeah, he would not stay out there. It'll be interesting. We've got some plans to try to figure out how to integrate everybody together. First few days they won't be around; they'll be at the doggy daycare, and then we'll just have to introduce and see how it goes. Slowly, surely.
I cut them nails.
Yeah, the nails. Their nails are. Got them on this new food, and their fucking toenails grow out so fast.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been wearing I didn't scratch my legs yesterday.
But their nails have grown so fast, so it's been hard. Neither one of them like having their nails trimmed.
What we had, for those that don't know, Davis's lab, Belle, is pretty fat.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
as bad as it has been, but y'all
No.
got her down to like looking like a respectable dog.
Yeah, and that's what
what
the
happened?
new food she's eating. Well, I've been out of town a lot more.
I was
So
about to say,
running
like,
has decreased.
she looks like she's
Yeah.
gained some weight back.
Yeah, the running's decreased. And I mean, hell, the last 3 months here in Alabama, it's rained almost every other fucking day. So it's kind of been hard to get out there, and then she gets muddy and
Get a
nasty,
leash
and
and walk down the street.
yeah, no, she won't. She doesn't like that.
Why?
She doesn't like being confined. She hated it when we were at the apartment when I had to leash her and take her outside all the time.
I figured they'd want to go see like something besides their backyard though.
I just think they are perfectly content. There's 6 dogs next door, 5 horses
You know,
behind
like a
that.
dog park.
I don't know where there is a dog park.
There's like 4 that I know of in like the Gardendale area.
I know there's one in Coleman, but even when I was living in
Ugh,
Decatur,
who
I
wants
don't
to
know.
drive all the way to
Yeah,
Coleman?
I know. But even when I was living in Decatur, I don't remember having one over there.
No.
But when you gonna get a dog?
When I stop going everywhere all the time.
Yeah, that's a big part of.
Yeah.
That's a big part of shit. But yeah, it's gonna be the next couple months are gonna be quite an adjustment to everything. So it's gonna be fun. You could be an uncle by right. Well,
I was about to
I
say,
don't
I'm
know what the
already
right word.
an uncle,
Yeah, I don't know what the right word would be for
a
our
godparent,
relationship.
godparent for a non-Catholic child. How are you going to handle religion with your kid?
We got a few years before we deal with that.
What happens when they go, can I go to church with my friend? You're like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, first question is, where are you going?
True.
'Cause
No saints, anything.
yeah.
Is there a priest and nuns? Because no.
Yeah, we're staying away from that.
If they ask you to be an altar boy, don't do that.
We're not doing that.
No.
Too many horror stories.
Yeah. Literally, too many.
Too many.
Way
too many.
many.
But no, right now, just trying to make sure we get to a healthy, happy.
Still in the
Keep
stomach,
everybody-
already 5 pounds.
5.3 as of 4 days ago.
Is that normal?
He's supposed to be
feel like
his
people
due
say
date was
it's-
April 28th.
Yeah.
Wife's got some heart rate issues, getting a little high, so they bumped it up 2 weeks, 10 days to like April 17th, and then we went.
Well, what's the average baby born at?
Well, see, I was born at just shy. I would have been 9 pounds. My mom always makes the joke.
I always hear people 7.
My mom always makes the joke. If I hadn't have crapped before they put me on the scale, I would have weighed 9 pounds. My sister was high 9s. Yeah. Wife, I think, was 8 something. But a friend of ours in Coleman, their second child was 6'2" when she was born at full term.
Yeah.
So it really is just baby dependent. The biggest thing is nothing above 10. Like once kids get up to like, you don't really hear about 10-pound babies anymore because even doctors are like, we need to get them the hell out of there because now you're pushing the mom's health at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so right now if he makes it 4 more weeks, they say the average is about half a pound a week. So he'll be just maybe 2 more pounds. He'll be just over 7.5 pounds by the time we get there. So yeah,
Worried about him not liking me. Same I do with my actual nieces and nephews.
well, I don't know.
Nephew.
I don't know if that'll be too big of a problem. I mean, we don't talk bad about you.
True, my siblings probably do.
I was about to say your siblings are a different
I don't know. As soon as I get that kid doing the DX chop in the middle of a grocery store, y'all probably suck it.
Oh shit! Wife's probably teaching that to him first.
I don't know if you want your wife teaching him to suck it,
but either way, no, it's be the third of the friend group or the OG friend group to have a kid.
Yeah.
So need to catch up. You can't get a ring on somebody's finger.
No.
Wife one up.
Mm.
Yeah. Wife
No.
one up.
Too many girls just want to play house and get married and have kids for just the sake of doing it. I ain't about that shit.
Jesus.
You better have other goals in life besides having a family.
Oh yeah. No, ours definitely came to the decision after we've had spent years together of doing shit and everything. It's like,
Yeah,
all right,
no.
this is the next step we want to do.
I have too much divorce in my family to just take this shit lightly. So
Yeah, your family does have a lot.
yeah, I do. A lot.
A lot.
Dad 3 times. Mom obviously was one of those. Both sets of grandparents.
Yeah. How many times your mom only divorced from your dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have an aunt who's married and divorced 4 times.
Stepmom who's been married and divorced.
Yeah.
Andy, stepdad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then another aunt married and divorced once. I've just seen a lot of ways it can go bad.
See, that's so wild from like your perspective of like to mine. It's like while I've been around,
Yeah.
my mom and dad both have had divorces,
Yeah.
but before I ever came around,
Mhm. I just don't think people take it
neither
seriously.
neither one of their parents,
Uh-huh.
neither one of their great grandparents. No,
Well, I think when you get to that age, that was the time of
well, yeah,
you
pretty much,
you don't get
yeah,
divorced, you
yeah,
get married,
yeah.
or you get murdered.
Yeah. Hell, I don't know of any aunts and uncles that have even had. One uncle, but so long before I was ever even around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite different.
Yeah, no, it's just, I don't think people take it as seriously as they should.
Jeez.
If this is how it's supposed to be. And not that I'm like super religious, but in this religious context, you're not supposed to be getting in and out of marriages and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you just add in the fact that you're financially signing up to be partnered up with someone. And then there are people that literally don't go through a tax season with someone before they get married. It's just like, are you dumb?
No. That shit. We know a few. And one's coming up soon to get married too. About to do the same thing. Your brother.
Oh, they made it a little, but that was long distance, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think he sometimes listens to this, so I'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
Congratulations though.
But I mean, no one ever wants divorce. No one forces divorce. No,
No.
I mean it's just shit, man. Sometimes things just they don't work out.
Yeah, but I feel like there's always signs.
Oh yeah, there's there's always something that everybody that's gotten divorced always looks back and goes, yeah, no shit, shouldn't have done that.
There's to get super real here, but there was times when you and your wife, towards the end of college and stuff like that, y'all were fighting a lot, and I was just like, I looked at y'all one day, I was like, y'all either need to break up,
Yeah,
because y'all are at the point now where you're either getting married or you're not, and you need to figure that out right now.
Yeah,
because y'all fight every damn weekend.
Yeah,
and luckily y'all didn't take my advice, and it seemingly has worked out. But
yeah, it's definitely like
I was just like, you know what? There's a lot of apparently red flags for both of y'all, and it seems like y'all are just gonna ignore it and do it anyways. And y'all both went, yeah, we've spent too much time. I'm just like, that's not a good reason. Y'all obviously didn't take macroeconomics or microeconomics, where we had to learn about the sunk cost theory.
But yeah, at that point we'd already been together for 4 years, finishing college. Things were just weren't at the best of places at the time.
No, they weren't.
No.
But
look
I'm glad
at this,
it worked out.
5+ years later, and kid on the way. And pretty happy. I would say more than pretty happy. Good.
I was about to say, I don't think it's the marriage that makes you unhappy.
It's definitely not the marriage.
Yeah.
It's what's called a job, and hate 90% of the time I show up.
I've had a job like that. Just literally, our friends I'll say it, UniFirst. I hate that company.
Dude, I don't know how
They said I literally
5 of y'all were working there all at the same time. And
one of our friends told me, like, legitimately, it was like, I don't think I saw you smile once from like your second to third week there until the day you told your boss or our boss that you were quitting.
You and I, you went off to Louisiana, and I moved north to Alabama, so we were so far apart from each other. We had spent how many days and hours together before that.
Yeah.
We took a break. Took a break from each other.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you got back to Birmingham, you were there, and, like, the few times we were talking, like, once you got back, it was like, you aren't, like, it was bad. Yeah, I was like, like, being around you was not fun. But we were all trying to figure out our own shit.
I got paid more in Louisiana than I do now. And
I
consider myself to have a good job right now. And so it was a massive pay cut.
Yeah.
I had to move back in with my mom and stepdad for a little bit. Yeah. And then just an absolute job that I hated. So, yeah, it wasn't the best of times.
Did you move straight into your condo when you were at UniFirst?
No.
Where were you living when you were at UniFirst?
At my mom's.
That's right.
The same week that I got my new job that I have now, I also got a new apartment in Birmingham, and then it was the same week that you got married.
That's right. So, oh God, that's right. That all happened in the same.
Yeah. So like April 1st is when is my work anniversary. So like I'm coming up on. When this comes out, I'll be here 4 years.
4 years? Jeez.
So,
yeah.
I got married like the 31st, I think.
The 30th. Yeah.
So.
No, I definitely, jobs are a bitch. Like, and I remember you going through UniFirst. Oh, I remember all 5 of y'all. There's 5 of y'all there at the same time. Each of y'all, anytime I would talk to y'all, was like, this.
We don't talk about it during the weekend because it would ruin our weekend.
Yeah. This was like, I was like, y'all are at the worst. The 5 of y'all collectively are all experiencing the same exact pain at the same time. Mm-hmm. Half getting promised one thing, getting slapped by the others, and the other hand, it's like, y'all gotta get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But luckily all y'all did.
None of us work there anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, luckily all y'all got the fuck out of there. Because I don't know what any of y'all would have done if y'all got stuck. Like,
I was so afraid I was gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
I just because I haven't used my degree at all. So,
fuck, man. Oof.
Yeah. Life Talk today was brought to you by the lack of anything happening in the previous month. So, don't know what we're gonna spin out of next episode, but we'll figure it out.
Dark times are coming.
But now, I guess we can get into Why the Last Man, Volume 5. The book you're like, do I really want to read this? And like you did, and you're just like, that's a damn good book.
Yeah. Again, before we get into it, I'll hit the credits like always. We got our lovely writer, Brian K. Vaughan, penciler, Pia Guerrera, inker, Jose Marzan Jr., colorist, Zylonal, letterer, Clem Robbins, and original series covers by Massimo Carnevale. Yeah, right when we got off the last podcast, we were talking about like, all right, Why the Last Man's next. It's got some good shit in it. And each time every time it's like, okay, we're going to read it next month.
Yeah.
And then the end of this one, it's like, well, continue reading it again.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, you would think after we read all of Saga, we'd realize that Brian K. Vaughan's a pretty damn good writer.
Fuck, man. He's
I will say they did kind of make me mad this time.
All right. What's your gripe on this one?
Because
I think I've got well, go ahead.
We spent that entire first volume setting up that it was the magical amulet and ring.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, oh, no, it actually had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck do we care?
Yeah.
Why? Like, I don't.
Like,
it's so fucking annoying.
Like, part of me was like, his ring, the group, the X3,
because they
literally ring.
They literally legitimately just went, oh, yeah, it was a giant coincidence that as soon as she left Jordan Airspace.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? No.
Yeah. It's like.
And then they crush it, and it's just like, well, I mean, I guess. I mean, What I think happened was like he realizes like, well, all these people that have been dead for several years can't just magically come back
Exactly.
as soon as that necklace goes back,
Exactly.
and so he had to figure something else out.
Because I guess that was my whole thing, was like, as it was happening, I was like,
Because they definitely wrote the first volume like it was a magical curse.
exactly. And my whole thing was like sitting there was like, okay, take it back, but there's no more males to reproduce.
Yeah, it's like those skeletons
like,
can't come up out of the ground.
Right. I mean, not even though there is two males on Earth right now.
Yeah.
They're like human males.
Mhm.
There's no giraffe or zebra or ant or like.
There is a monkey.
There's a monkey, but again, like you're talking about, there's 3 males on Earth right now that can only help save 2 species.
Yeah.
So I still don't know how they're going to write themselves out of that.
Yeah.
Unless
they figure out.
Which, with now Ampersand having this biological marker that protected him and then throwing the feces into Yorick's face, which
kind of gross.
Now kind of sits there with, okay, well, if Ampersand survived, how many other monkeys have survived, or how many other creatures have had this genetic difference? Which is, I think, what's going to happen in Australia. Now, like looking back, I think that's what's going to happen in Australia.
That's true. They're going to Japan
I don't
next.
know if there's any monkeys in Australia.
I don't know.
Either way, but
they're going to Japan next, which is awfully close to Australia.
Exactly.
I say awfully.
It's closer. It's closer than the U.S. to Australia.
Yeah.
But again, you've written yourself into this weird hole of, well, where will I stop writing this book to?
Yeah.
Do I bring back the human race, or does the end just go, oh no, there was no males to continue reproduction, so screw it. Like the world ended in 50 years because there's no males to continue.
We do get confirmation that Beth is alive, though.
We do.
Yeah.
And she's getting attacked by Aboriginals of Australia.
Yeah.
Because they rocked up on some sacred land. And
it was a complete woman tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
supposed to be a complete woman tribe.
Yeah.
I think, again, like no one knew there's a male, like very few people, because the technology has been shut off, know that Yorick's alive.
Yeah.
So I think that that's going to happen. Like now we're leaving the U.S. Now we're going to Japan. They're going to have 5 males in lockup, or
maybe.
I think
I guess
now that it's a genetic marker.
Yeah, now that we know it's not the magical ring or whatever.
Exactly.
Then that leaves the possibility that there's more guys.
Yeah.
There.
Now there's a genetic marker.
Yeah.
Of like, he could have it
because
he lived next to a
shit at him. Yeah.
Either could have that, or he could have actually had it in him, like Ampersand did, or I'll be very intrigued. Like once we get we gotta go get Ampersand first. I think that this ninja is working for Dr. Mann's mom.
Yeah,
because the whole time she's saying Dr. M.
Yeah, how about that? That whole thing we talked about either a book or two ago, and that was like some type of Shakespearean play with a ninja running through it. And we were just like, oh yeah, I didn't read that part.
oh no, it was the stupidest.
Yeah,
it was the stupidest addition to the volume, but. I had a feeling like
this doesn't feel like it'll come back at all.
The only thing that was came back is the ninja. Yeah, and that was the whole point. Is like, okay, yeah, she's definitely coming back.
And then like, why were they trying to steal the monkey?
Now we know.
Now we know. Yeah.
Yorick, of course, has sex with another chick.
That's the first one, though, isn't it?
Did he not have sex with?
He made out with.
No, didn't he have sex with the one that before her that Hero killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had sex with her.
Did he?
I thought
they just made out.
Oh. Well, she's dead, so it doesn't. I mean, so she couldn't reproduce. I feel like she's coming back. She's going to end up pregnant at some point.
I liked her.
I did too. I really liked her a lot. But I don't know, man. This whole, I don't know. I'm so intrigued of like what's coming next. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like we kind of all see where the ending of this is going to be.
Maybe. I don't know.
Dude, I didn't know that botulism was that horrifying.
I didn't either.
The fact that
I didn't know you got it from dented cans.
Yeah, I didn't either. Well, I guess it's not just from dented cans. It would be from the idea of like, it's not that the can is dented; it's that the food has gone bad in the can. It means the seal.
Gotcha.
It means the seal's broken.
Gotcha.
So you're eating.
I thought there was metal getting in there.
No. You've eaten rotten food.
Okay, gotcha.
That's all that. That's all the dented can meant. I mean, it had a hole in it, and the food had rotted.
Oh,
It was no longer preserved.
yeah.
I don't know. What's going on with Hero? You think she's actually turned, or is this?
I think she's still battling her demons, but I think she's
definitely battling demons. All right.
winning though.
Pulled an arrow out of the chest.
Did they even out her boobs? Because it didn't seem like
It
one
did
was
look like
chopped
they
off.
evened out her boobs. I got her right here, but she's
like
wearing
even on that cover, it doesn't look like that right one could be.
Yeah, they've got her in that cowboy trench coat thing, and it's kind of covering up stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is Allison Dreams.
Are you like Googling Hero's boobs?
No.
Okay.
I'm got to the point where it's like Yorick's asking Dr. Mann, like her real name.
Oh, okay.
And
oh yeah, it was some Japanese stuff.
Yeah, so we're definitely and of course at the end we're like, okay, yep, going overseas.
Yeah.
And I would assume that this ninja is working for Dr. Mann's mom.
Oh, for sure.
And or her dad or whatever, and they're heading back there. But okay, all right, so fine. It's a biological weapon. It's not magical anymore. How did you release a biological weapon like that instantaneously killed every human? Like
if it was a plague, how did it happen literally all at once?
It instantaneously, exactly. Instantaneously.
Then are we going to find out that someone released a weapon and all their men are safe? Because then how do you write yourself out of that?
Interesting. I would like it to end that way, then everybody's dead.
Yeah, I'm fine with everybody dead.
I am fine with that. Just let the world collapse to its grave.
Yeah.
There's still so many. We're on volume 5. We've read 5 of these volumes, and we're still left with
still
an
a lot to go.
Exceedingly crazy amount of questions left.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I'm still enjoying it. I still like it.
Guess what? This is May.
No, this is April.
And it's April.
Yeah.
So we got 5 left. So
we'll be reading
May,
this till September.
June, July, August, September. Yeah. Probably. Because I just keep like, yeah.
Again, like this. It was
keep
like
going.
like the whole time I was reading, it's like, yes, okay. Oh, wow, that was cool. And in the end, it's like, fuck, all right, now I got to keep reading it.
Damn, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If only the show was like that.
No, exactly. Now, what did... Oh, that's right. Hero was going back to see... going back to see their mom to tell her that...
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
And she was going to give the monkey poop to the people in Kansas.
Ones in Kansas, that's right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the fact that it took them... All right, so we're about to get this situation. It took them 2 years to get across the United States.
Yeah.
Land.
Mm-hmm.
Cars
walking,
are still available. Trains are still available.
Still.
They're about to now cross the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And expect to get there within a relative amount of time.
I'm sure there's going to be some hijinks. I mean, how fast can the ninja get there?
Exactly. I mean, now they're chasing her across the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know. The beginning of this where they put the whole perspective of like, he's been doing this for 2 years. Like,
yeah. Like
now we're all of a sudden 2 years into this plague and wonder how many more species have succumbed.
Yeah. Seemed like San Francisco was doing all right though.
It was.
Way better than anybody else.
It was. And again, they didn't really explain it. They're just like, oh yeah, we've got power. And
yeah, I mean, they're doing well enough to start playing professional sports. So
yeah, which is interesting.
We say professional, they probably didn't get paid, but
Sure.
Um,
Equality still.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't give it. I mean, it's the apocalypse. Like,
Yeah,
thank you
like
for
they're literally
entertaining us, but-
paying for sex nights with cans of soup. Still.
Yeah, so
Like we're still in that situation. But I'm still enjoying it. It's fun.
Mhm.
It's I've again have more questions than answers, and I'm sure there's always going to be more questions.
So are you ready?
Not really.
Okay. Last time we did this,
Yeah.
I think we're still at. I have 40. You have 0.
Yep. You've got 40 and 0. You saved yourself last time with a
Darth Vader.
with a half answer that I at least counted you a no skunk.
Yeah. This is the first time in a couple months there's actually a book I want though.
Yeah. Great.
And on cheap graphic novels, it is only $58.
Mm-hmm.
I have 40. So if I skunk
Mhm.
you,
It's an immediate book. Yeah.
I can cash out.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it, but I'm not saying I'm not going for it.
All right.
That being said, the hardest, what you would think would be the easiest category is actually the hardest. Books we've read on the show.
Yeah, that's actually become the hardest question. Are they all 5 that way?
Yes.
Fuck me running.
So we've got My Hero Academia,
All right.
Sandman,
Okay.
Astonishing Times,
Okay.
Copperhead,
Okay.
and Pulp.
Bastard, you picked both of those. All right.
Yeah.
Copperhead. That was the one with the aliens in the Wild West.
Yeah.
All right. Give me Pulp.
Pulp?
Yeah.
Okay. In Pulp, how much was Max making per word on his Western stories?
Can I get a rank, like, if I'm within X from it, or has it got to be spot on?
I'll give you plus or minus 1.
Damn it. Because it was under $10.
Yeah.
It's even under a word. $4 a word.
It was in 1940s, so it was 2 cents a word.
I knew it.
Actually, I think now that I think about it,
I
wanna
I
say-
knew it was going to be under.
I want to say it was
Dumbass.
started out as 5 cents a word, and then
Dumbass.
it was 2 cents a word because the new guy was 1 cent a
It
word.
was 1 cent a word because they were paying him
Yeah.
less, but they were using him more.
Yeah.
Dumb. I knew I should have gone. I would have still gone with like 50 cents though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten.
Okay, so now you have My Hero Academia, Sandman, Astonishing Times, and Copperhead.
What was the first one? My Hero.
My Hero Academia,
Second, Astonishing.
Sandman,
Sandman, Copper.
and Astonishing Times.
Sandman.
Can you name the 3 items Dream had to get back after being captured?
Sand.
Bag of sand.
Yep. His helmet.
Yes.
It's an amulet.
Yes.
Okay, amulet.
Yeah.
Sissa.
So you got one.
I was
that
worried.
was the one I was like,
I was worried the amulet was like a heart.
no.
Like I almost said heart,
No.
but I was like, no, it's on a necklace. I'm gonna go with amulet.
Yeah. No, that was the one I was like, if I make him name all 3, I don't know if he'll be able to get it. But
The amulet was the only one that I would have like.
yeah.
Because I almost said heart,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
whew,
So you got one. So you're safe from paying me.
woohoo.
Um,
So far, we're at square.
yeah. So one more. You have My Hero Academia, Astonishing Times, and Copperhead.
Can I get what the question is about from each? Since this is the final question, can I get what they're about?
They're both naming either a character or a place.
All 3?
Yeah.
Let's do My Hero. I feel like
What is Eraserhead's actual name?
Suzuki Kari. I can't.
Suzuki car.
I can't get any. Like
Um,
there's not a letter that came to my head.
The acceptable answers were either Mr. Aizawa or Shota Aizawa.
Yeah, there wasn't that nothing.
They call him Mr. Aizawa almost more than they call him Eraserhead.
Yeah. Now that I think about it,
Okay.
Eraserhead is the one that if he looks, he's the teacher.
Yeah, he's the teacher that threatens to expel everybody.
And he can shut down your powers, right?
Yeah.
Did he have to touch, or was it just?
He just can't blink. He has to look at you and
He just
can't
got to
blink.
watch. Oh, that's right.
One of the most badass characters in that show. If you
That's pretty cool.
catch up in the anime. But okay, so you now have $40.
Yep.
You can either bank it or you can wipe out my 40.
Well, 40 to 40 is a 0, so we're gonna 0 them out.
Damn it.
It's a 40 to 40.
I know.
I mean. So
we're both back at 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Would
what's
you
the
like
others?
your other two for fun?
Yeah.
What is the main character's name in Astonishing Times? The reporter.
Yeah, I know.
Not the superheroes, because I couldn't even find that on Google.
Couldn't even find the superheroes' names on Google.
I probably could have.
I could
but
if
I
he
was
had
just
tried more.
It
but
wasn't in like the description, but I found the main character's name. Come on, dude! It's one of your favorite YouTubers' books.
I know he is, but we read it once and it was fine. Johnny.
Is that for real?
No.
No, it's Oh wait, is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's my final.
Okay.
Answer. I don't know.
Noah Sands.
All right, next.
Okay. What planet does Copperhead take place on?
Is it even in our solar system? Can you give me that?
No, that is the town. I'll give you a hint. It is the name of a town in Alabama.
I had no.
Yeah.
What would be something that's not a big name that would actually Huntsville?
Jasper.
Motherfucker, that was on the list. I came to North, I went to North Alabama to pick the names too, and I was like,
your wife is actually used to work in Jasper.
That's where we're gonna have the baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoo, man, we hadn't been at full zeros in a long time.
Oh no. So much for that Planet Hulk book. They actually mapped it out correctly and everything.
That's quite nice. Like that almost makes me want to go buy it. Just
Especially
for the fact it's
$58.
Right. That's really,
Plus that means
like
they'll probably do a World War Hulk book coming soon.
But I guess we can leave that for another day.
What?
I was going to ask, like, how can they, like, why is that omnibus so cheap?
It's all honestly kind of thin. Like it's
like
not
this thin, like Why the Last Man thin, or
I don't. And just go look at the near mint condition video, and because they did that recently, and you can see how thin it is. But come on. Yeah, it's kind of thin, and they are still charging 100, 125 for it. And then Amazon's charging 88, but cheap graphic novels only charging like 50 something.
Okay.
All right, so time to pick our draft segment for next week.
Ooh.
Just took it out of the jar.
I love the jar. Adds a air of mystic to it.
Yeah.
Plus,
Looks like they compressed while I was gone. Not as full looking as last time. Yeah. But our draft for next week. Oh, I almost asked you this question today. Favorite writers.
All right. Okay, this is gonna be.
We don't have to narrow that down to comics, but we can if you want.
No.
Okay.
Because
cool.
No, we'll leave that to writers. Period.
Okay. Cool.
Because there's
Davis 1-1 Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be the draft segment for next week.
Woohoo.
And we will see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.